Good morning and welcome to today's assembly. Now we know that some of you will be watching this at school. So if you're watching this at school, hello from us. Hope you're waving back. Hope you're saying hello Jane and Billy. And we know that some of you will be watching this at home. So if you're watching this at home, hello from us. Hope you're saying hello Jane and Billy and waving back too. Now then, you might be thinking, why is Billy wearing something blue? Or sort of turquoise blue. Well, do you know what? Billy is wearing his pyjamas and he loves keeping his pyjamas on for as long as he can on winter mornings when it's all cold. So you'll have to excuse him. He's going to do his assembly in pyjamas, all right? Now then, we have been doing assemblies on the word courage, haven't we, the last few weeks? And today's assembly is going to be on courage too. And it's going to be on courage when we face a challenge. So when you face a challenge, I wonder how you normally feel. Wonder if you feel very, very scared. If it was a scale of 0 to 10 for courage, would you feel very scared, no, like 0, or pretty scared, number 1, number 2, yeah, scared, maybe less scared, number 3, and then right up to would you feel really, 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 really brave when you face a challenge, like number 10? Okay, so on a scale of 0 to 10, very courageous number 10, very scared 0. I wonder where you are, or if you're a little bit like me or somewhere in the middle, maybe 5 or 6, feeling a bit scared but a bit courageous. I wonder what you're like when you face a challenge. How brave and courageous are you? So maybe it's a challenge like someone says, do you want to go rock climbing? Or there's some new people in your class and you have to talk to them for the first time. How scared or courageous do you feel? So I want you to press pause. If it helps, draw out a scale like me on a piece of paper. And I want you to talk to the person next to you. Maybe that's a friend or someone at school, or maybe it's a family member. And talk to them about how courageous you feel when you face a challenge. So press pause and have a chat. Go for it. Well, hopefully that was helpful to look at the courage scale and to see where you are when you face a new challenge. Hopefully it was helpful to have that chat and to listen to someone else and to see where they are on the scale. Good. Now we are going to hear some stories today in our assembly. And stories are a great sort of thing that we can learn from. You can listen to stories and we can learn things, all sorts of things that can affect me and can affect you. So we're going to hear some stories today about courage and about being brave. And hopefully they're going to be stories that we can all learn from and be inspired by. And they might help us to think how we're going to move along the scale to being more courageous. Might be things where we go, do you know what, I could learn from that story. So keep thinking that as you hear the stories. Now, the first story is Billy wanted me to tell you about a dog called Kuno. So I want you to Google in a minute Kuno so you get to see a picture, because I haven't got permission to show a picture of him, but you could have a little look on Google. So I want you to Google Kuno in a minute and have a look at him. He is a dog that has recently, in August, he got given a medal for his bravery. He's an amazing dog, isn't he, Billy? Yeah, he's a dog who went into a war zone in Afghanistan and he helped save the lives of lots of soldiers by being very, very brave. But he did get hurt in the process. And when he came back to England, he got given a medal for his bravery and his courage. So you could press pause and have a little look at Kuno, couldn't you? That'd be pretty cool. Great, welcome back. Hopefully you found a picture of Kuno. And do you know what? My example is an example of a lovely girl that I used to know at a school in Bristol. And I went on a school camp with the whole class, and this girl came. And this girl, do you know what? She had problems with her legs. She had really poorly legs, and it meant she had to have a walker to walk along, and she had to have crutches or the walker. And I was amazed at her on this school camp. She came along, and every single outdoor activity, you know, sporty, risky, dangerous activity that we did, every single activity we did, she did it. And she said, "Yep, I'm doing it." I was like looking, thinking, how's she going to do it? Because her legs don't work as well as all the other children. And she said, "Yeah, I'm doing it. I want to go up the high ropes course. I want to climb the trees. I want to be zip wired along on things. I want to get in the canoe." And she did every single thing. And she showed incredible amounts of courage when her legs were really struggling, and she just went for it. So that's my example. Now, I think Scorch would like to tell you an example as well. So here we go. "Hello, my name's Scorch. Scorch, the Welsh dragon. And it's nice to be with you. Sorry it's been so long. I want to tell you a story about my friend Lulu. And Lulu is scared of the dark. Well, she was. And 3 weeks ago, I bought her a head torch for her birthday. And you know what? It's helped. She's now not afraid of the dark. She just puts her head torch on and boom, the light shines, and she says she's not scared anymore. So much so, she went for a walk in the evening with her friend Max, and they went for a walk in the dark and they had a lovely time. Isn't that a good story? Hang on, I'll just get the head torch and show you, because I've got one too. Hang on. Right, now you can see the head torch. Isn't it good? Isn't that a great story about Lulu? Right, bye for now. Right, 3 stories of courage. We've had Kunu the dog, we've had the girl at the school, and we've had Scorch's friend who was frightened of the dark. All right, courage stories. They're really, really helpful, aren't they? Now, I wonder if you've got any stories to share as well. So maybe what we could do is press pause and you could share some stories of courage. Maybe it's people that you know that have shown courage, or maybe it's people that you've heard of that have shown a lot of courage. Okay, so let's go for it, and you get time to share your stories. Press pause, go for it. Great, well hopefully you enjoyed sharing those stories and examples of courage. Now there are some incredible examples of courage all around the world at the moment, and those are the stories of nurses and doctors who are working really hard to look after people, and working really hard to particularly look after people who've got coronavirus. Really, really tricky, and a lot of courage they are showing. And I wonder what it is that's helping them on the courage scale to go into work, to face a challenge and to do it. I know for my husband, there are lots of things that are helping him. He is a nurse and he goes into work, and sometimes he's feeling nervous and feeling scared. And what is it that helps Andy to feel courageous? Well, look, I've written him a note here. This is a sort of morning note because he gets up early to go to work. I'm going to read it you because there's some things in here that will really help him. Okay, and let me just get a bit closer and read it to you. It says, "Morning, Andy. Don't worry. God is with you today and will help you. Praying for you. Go, go, go. Love you lots. Jane and Billy." And that note shows the things that help Andy. It helps him to know that people are thinking of him and praying for him. It also helps him to know that God, because he believes in God, that God is with him and that God will help him. That gives him a lot of courage. And do you know what? Messages like that from me and from other friends and from family are what is helping Andy to keep going, and his own sort of trust in God, that God's going to be there and help him and be with him every day when he finds it hard at work. Great, well we're going to end with one final story, and it's a story from the Bible about a person called Joshua. and some spies and a lady called Rahab. And all of the people in this story show incredible courage. And you sort of wonder, okay, what's helped them on this scale to be courageous? Okay, what has helped them? And for Christians, the main thing that helps these characters, is the fact that they believe in God and they know that God is with them and that God will help them. So have a watch of the story, have a think, see what you think, see what you believe about the story, and we'll chat when you have watched it. Go for it. Great, well hopefully you enjoyed watching that video about Joshua and the spies and Rahab. And do you know what, in the Bible there's this bit where God speaks to Joshua when Joshua's really scared, and he says, be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And Christians believe that that's something that God wants to say to all of us. Don't be frightened, don't be scared, be strong and courageous, because I am with you wherever you go and I will help you. So that's amazing. Right, now what I would love us to think is we're just going to have 2 minutes of quiet. And I want you to think, what have you learnt from today's assembly? What have you learnt from the stories we've heard? What would help you to feel courageous and brave? And maybe you want to draw people who you think need some courage, and you could pray for them or you could think about them. And maybe you want to draw yourself and either think about yourself, what would help you be courageous, or maybe you want to pray, God help me to be courageous. So let's just be quiet a couple of minutes, and then I'll end with a final prayer. God, thank you that you've heard our thoughts and our prayers. Help us when we face new challenges to know that we're not on our own, and help us to be courageous. Amen. Great. Well, Billy's gone to sleep. You've gone to sleep, Billy? It's these PJs, isn't it? So we've loved being with you, and we're looking forward to seeing you again soon. So bye from us, and see you again soon. Bye-bye. Say bye, Billy. Bye-bye.